All right, Colorado, we're back with Seth. Seth, thanks for stopping by again, of course. Actually, thanks for letting us stop by. We have the Outlaws coming up this weekend.
Yep.
A huge show, another great show from Fight to Win. Tell us your thoughts basically on the show overall. What do you got in mind?
It's going to be fun.
Why?
Well, there's 12 fights, 9 pro fights, 3 amateur fights. Of the amateur fights, 2 of them are titles, so I know what I'm getting with the card. I know all the fighters on the card. I know how they all fight. There's a lot of really good matchups. So I'm excited. They're going to see some bangers on this one for sure.
One of the biggest things that you have that's different about this card this weekend is Kat Zingano's main event. So
time.
Tell us a little bit about her. I mean, I've always thought that, I told you this the last time we spoke, that she's for sure going to be a world champion in Strikeforce or UFC somewhere down the line.
I don't know about the UFC thing. But,
well, maybe.
Considering Dana's stance on women. No, Kat's a superstar, you know. I mean, her and Brandon Thatch are definitely the 2 hot tickets in town. You know, I'm very lucky to have Kat on the card. Gone through a lot of opponents
I'm sure.
on this show. Lucked out signing Takeo Hashi from Japan. Wasn't cheap.
I bet.
Kind of raised the bottom line pretty high, hoping that a ton of people will come to the show so I can not lose my ass. But no, it's going to be a good fight. She's tough. Takeo's very tough. She lost
technical.
She lost to Tara LaRosa and Sarah Kaufman, who are ranked number 1 and 2 in the world.
Yeah.
So she's ready. She's in great shape. I picked her up from the airport. Had a super awkward car ride to the hotel. Super awkward news interviews on television last night, but no, it's cool, man. She's ready to fight. You know, Kat's super aggressive, and it's like people ask me what kind of fighter Kat is, and I'm like, it's like kind of like a wind-up doll with a chainsaw.
Never stops,
and it just goes right through you. So Takeo's gonna have her hands full. I really think if Kat can keep it on her feet, she has a really good shot at winning that fight. If it goes to the ground, I don't know. Takeo's a black belt, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But Kat's much bigger and much stronger than Takeo. But Takeo has a ton of experience. 16 pro fights.
I agree.
Ranked number 7 in the world, so it's going to be a good one. It's going to be good for Kat's career. You know,
for both their careers.
Well, yeah,
really,
for
right?
sure. But I mean, especially if Kat wins the fight, it's going to be one of the highest level competitors she's ever fought before.
Well, obviously you have some, dynamos on this card, really, like from stand-up to grappling to judo, even.
Yeah.
You've got it all.
Judo guy on there.
What fights, I guess, are you looking forward to most,
A lot of them. Ryan Martinez, Richard White, I've been trying to set that one up for a while, and it kind of fell on my lap as Brian's guy broke his hand last week, so that one's going to be good. Richard's had like 30 pro fights, but stylistically with Ryan Martinez, he's a wrestler. He's like 6'8".
Yep.
Richard.
Yep.
So I don't know how he's going to get under Ryan Martinez. So that's going to be interesting. Luke Cadillo, I'm super stoked about having Luke. I've been wanting to have Luke on my card for years.
I'm really excited actually about Nick Macias.
Nick Macias and Angelo. That's going to be interesting. I don't really know. Like, you never know with Nick what's going to happen.
Right.
He's only fought for me one time. He fought for a title fight against J.J. Mondragon. He didn't win that one.
Right.
But it was like one of the best fights we've ever had. And Angelo's very consistent. But you know what he's going to do.
Exactly right.
You know what he's going to do. He's going to take you down. He's going to punch you in the face.
That's right.
So what will Nick do to get ready for it? And then Vinny and George is sick.
Ooh.
That's a sick fight. I mean, if Vinny and Ryan both win, that down the future something's going to happen.
Path.
But we'll see on that. And then Bushman Callis is going to be really exciting. And Jeremiah Constant, the Travis Coyle fight.
That's going to be
sick.
That's
Nobody knows who either one of them. That's the best part.
Wow.
Nobody knows how good Travis Coyle is.
That's going to be a blockbuster of a fight.
Next to Salas, in my opinion, he's best 55-pounder in the state.
And
so,
we've been training with him too, and he looks phenomenal in all areas.
Stud.
Super stud, super tough guy. That should be really a true war.
And no one knows in Denver who Ricky is.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who Ricky Musgrave is. So that'll be a fun one because kid's fought in Thailand. He's a monster. And then, all the fights on the card, man. I pretty much named off all of them.
Well,
I'm excited.
That kind of leads me into the next question. If you think about this card, you got some really, really good fighters on this card.
Yeah.
Not only pros, but amateurs as well.
Yeah.
Who do you kind of see making a pretty significant impact after this show in terms of the national scene?
Well, I know. Well, if you're talking to the amateurs, I know that J.J. Mondragon, if he wins this, is going pro. Cody Mama can't. If he wins this one, he can't do too many more amateur fights. He's impossible to find fights for him.
It's one of the hardest working guys I've ever met.
Yeah, on the guys that are on this card right now, I'm a huge fan of Coyle.
Me too.
I think Coyle's going to do big things, but Kat obviously You know, it's a superstar in the making.
Yep.
If Ryan wins this one, wins his next one, puts him at like 6-1. Someone will pick him up. Bellator, somebody will pick him up.
I agree.
Little Hulk's already been there before, so you never know. You know, when somebody wants to get a UFC veteran, that's definitely a good one to have. We'll see which Little Hulk shows up, and then you know, Granari's always tough.
Yep.
You know,
super tough guy.
Duarte's like 9-3.
Bushman's tough all the time.
Bushman's always tough. Bushman's exciting.
Yeah, he
This
is.
fight, I really like the Bushman Callis setup, just because Callis isn't going to try to out wrestle him. He's going to stand there and
Bang it
with
out.
him.
Yeah,
And it's
the crowd's gonna go
Nick,
nuts.
Nick just doesn't get that a lot. Josiah, if you tap him in the nose, he bleeds all over the place, which is good. Just makes it so entertaining. He's just a bleeder. The kid's tough as shit. He doesn't quit, but he bleeds a lot. So that one's going to be really fun.
Well, from a fun aspect, what fight do you see, or fights do you see as being the most interesting on the card? Meaning, from a stylistic and technical standpoint.
Cat and Takeo is going to be
Hands down, huh?
Yeah, that fight's going to be great.
How do you see that fight going?
I don't know, man. I mean, Cat's game plan is going to be run out there and jump in the air and kick her through the cage. So I don't know. I don't know how Takeo's going to handle that, because Cat's not like any other fighter in the world as a female. I mean, like,
Right.
I don't know who to compare it to.
Right.
You can go on, man. You know, when she fought Tara fights a real slow wrestling game. So I don't know, man. I don't know if Takeo gets her to the ground. I don't know. I don't know how that one's going to go. If Kat puts on the performance like we're used to, I think Kat will get her. She'll catch her with something. Kat really wants to knock her out.
Yep.
She's never knocked anyone out before, so it's something she wants.
It seems like she's always going for the knockout.
She's always going for it, so that would be interesting.
Right.
But I don't know. Most fun fights, all of them are going to be fun. I don't think a lot of them are going to be super technical, to be honest with you. Joey Garrett and Steve Hanna is not going to be a technical fight.
Nope.
Joey's going to
Coyle's
swing
not
for
going
the
to be a
fences.
technical.
Coyle's fight's not going to be that might be a little bit technical, but that fight's going to get crazy.
Yep.
Callis Bushman will not be technical. Jeremiah Constant, that fight might be a little bit, but for
Skinny
the most
Vinny
part,
throwing the bombs.
No, dude, most of these fights are just going to be people throwing bombs. I don't have a lot of wrestlers on this card. You know, I have a few, but for the most part, most of the guys fighting are stand-up fighters. So it could be a quick night.
Well,
a lot of knockouts.
You are one of the busiest promoters I've ever seen in my life. Little bit. Tell us, I guess, what's in store for Fight to Win. What do you have after this?
I got to go to Ponca City, Oklahoma next week. Week after that, I got to go to Carroll's Fall, Iowa. Then I'm going to go compete at the World Championships with my team in June. Then
Who knows, huh?
Then I got Midland. Then I got to go to Dallas. Then I got to go to Houston. So a lot of traveling. You know, I'm taking a break from Colorado MMA for a little bit.
Okay.
Next show won't be till July 16th. We're doing our Invader show.
Okay.
Which is going to be my Alien theme show. So I'm super stoked about that one.
Awesome.
But this one's going to be fun. I mean, I got the Johnny Cash tribute band playing, and it's going to be a good time.
It's always a good time over there.
It's going to be different. You know, it's not going to be like a normal show.
Where can guys and girls get tickets right now?
You get them at King Supers or at f2wmma.com.
Okay. We are here with Seth Daniels. Seth, it's always a pleasure seeing you and talking to you, bud. Examiner, thanks you for all the MMA info. Thanks, you, buddy.
Man. Appreciate
See you soon.
Fight Jobs.
You bet, buddy.